In the previous episode, Harmancanada, a French Canadian that's proud of his mustache, ordered the limited edition of Gunvolt. The complete title of the game is Azure Striker Gunvolt Double Pack. His original plan was to produce an unboxing video of the game, but Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch, a rank S bad guy, activated a curse and took Gunvolt as an hostage. To break the curse and save Gunvolt, Harmancanada must play Cliffhanger while Bigfoot monitors his actions. Cliffhanger is a game so bad that it's a form of torture. It's one of the worst games of Harmancanada's childhood.
Cliffhanger is a game based on a movie that shares the same name. It's a beat-em-up game with platforming element. It's one of the most frustrating games I ever played during my childhood. The controls are bad and you die constantly in an unfair way. A person who gets mad easily should never play this game. Like I said earlier, it's a game based on a movie, so of course it's a bad game. Bigfoot is forcing me to replay this game by keeping Gunvolt hostage. I will try to beat the game to save Gunvolt. Before starting the game, you can choose your number of lives, but this is a trap because the more lives you have, the game will reduce your continues. For example, with 2 lives you have 10 continues, but with 7 lives you only have 1 continue. The first part of the first level is easy. You must simply beat enemies in your way, but the controls of this game are bad. In the second part, you climb a cliff while evading crazy people shooting at you. You will never guess who is the first boss. The first boss is invincible, unbeatable, unstoppable, impatient, ill-tempered, inhuman, shows no mercy, and he is immortal. A normal person will give up once they reach the first boss. The first boss is sending you a message. He's saying that you made the biggest mistake of your life. I will give you a few seconds to guess what kind of a monster is the first boss. The first boss is an avalanche. You must run away from it while evading obstacles. You must constantly run and you must jump in a way to conserve your momentum. If you don't jump correctly, you will lose your momentum and you will lose your speed and the avalanche will kill you. Keep in mind that the control of this game is bad. This boss is not human. Worst of all, when the avalanche gets mad, he will accelerate suddenly. This boss is a crazy, insane maniac. Worst of all, in the final section, you must jump across a huge pit. But if you didn't master the technique to conserve your momentum, you will not jump far enough and you will not make it. And I remind you guys that the control of this game is bad. you have no idea how bad it is. Good, I somehow made it to the second level. This is a miracle. The second level is filled with pits that you need to jump over, but you will die a lot in an unfair way because they placed enemies that throws knives at you in places you need to jump over. That's a cheap trick. One mistake and you fall in a pit or in the water and you lose a life. Now I made it to the second boss. There is one thing I hate about this game. When you lose a life against a boss, the boss will fully regenerate his health. That means that you need to kill the boss in one setting. Other beat-em-up game doesn't do this, but Cliffhanger is a beat-em-up game that does this, and that's unfair. Good, I made it to the third level. This frustrating level is filled with many platforming segments. It's a level where you are going to die a lot. You will often die because of the bad controls and the bad collision detection of the game. Sometimes you will go through a platform for no reason, just like in this section. The part I hate the most about this level is the unstable bridge. Before you reach the third boss, you must cross this bridge. Bigfoot, stop laughing! If by a miracle happens that you manage to survive the bridge, you will have the misfortune of fighting a deadly ninja with a superior fighting ability. One day he killed me in less than 10 seconds. The fourth level is also have a lot of platforming sections, but this time you walk on ice. Everyone knows ice are slippery. A bad control on a slippery environment is a perfect formula to get enraged. I made it to the fourth boss. Try to guess who it is. I'm sure that you noticed that the location of the game is on the snowy mountains. The boss is an animal that lives in those kind of environment. The boss is the most dangerous animal in the snowy mountains. I will leave you a few seconds to try to guess what kind of animal it is. This is the most dangerous animal in the snowy mountains. It's one of the hardest boss of the game. Bats. Who would have imagined that bats are dangerous. They are so strong that they will kill you in one hit. I remind you that this is the same character that can survive a gunshot, but he cannot survive a simple bat that simply touched him. This boss is harder than the Avalanche. I now understand why Batman managed to defeat Superman. Bats are smart and dangerous. You must run away by evading obstacles, but what makes this boss so difficult is that it's hard to keep your momentum. When you are at the edge of a platform, your character will start an animation where he loses his balance, and you will lose your momentum and waste a fraction of a second. Against this boss, a fraction of a second is the difference between life and death. I'm reminding you that the control of this game is bad. Now I'm game over. No! I give up. Help me. Someone, help anyone.
Now that I'm here, everything will be alright. Take this!
Oh yes! Dokolokolo, you saved Gunvolt. You are the best. You saved us all. Thank you very much.
Bigfoot, leave us alone. I broke your curse. Stop looking at me like that. You lost again.
Good. Now that Dokolokolo, my guardian angel, took care of everything, I can continue in peace. I will show you the content of the drama CD and the OVA DVD. Like explained earlier, a drama CD is comparable to a radio show. By the way, I'm so popular that I receive a lot of messages every day on PSN. So if you happen to send me a message and I don't answer you, it's because I have so much message that it's not always possible to answer you immediately.
ブルーガンボルトカットアウト第2話シアン編。これは私が GV に助けられ学校にも馴染んできた。
But if you don't speak Japanese, you will not understand what they are saying. This is a good translation of what they are saying. They are saying that most Canadians are very polite and they apologize all the time. Furthermore, most Canadian women are very beautiful and most Canadian men are very handsome. And the most handsome men are men with a mustache that wears a blue shirt and a mustache toque. I agree with them 100%. Now I will show you the DVD that contains a 30-minute animated episode. It's obviously in Japanese, but I was surprised that they also put an English dub version. I will show you the trailer.
No matter what the world thinks, I know the truth. What he did for me that day is something that I'll never forget.
GV, find the core and destroy it.
Understood. You're one of Sumeraga's atoms? What are you fighting for? Give me a break with the hero routine. Just freeze already! You don't feel any pity for her? I'm going to fight for her.
As long as he fights, I'll sing my song.
The organization doesn't need rule breakers. You hear me? GV!
Seriously?
GV.
This individual caused the indefinite hiatus of our beloved idol Lumen.
What do you really want?
What he did for me that day is something that I'll never forget.
Lux Caliber!
Now it's time to show you the game. It's a PS Vita game. What? It won't come in. Why? But this is a PS Vita game after all. Let me check. No! I made a mistake. It's a Nintendo Switch game. I don't have that console. What am I going to do? I can't play the game. I tortured myself playing Cliffhanger for nothing. I'm sad. I'm going to cry.
Harmancanada, I have a gift for you. The Nintendo Wii. This is your real gift. Next time, make sure you have the right game console.
Dokolokolo gave me the Nintendo Switch. It's a fusion between a home console and a portable console. To play in the home console mode, you plug it on the dock. To play on portable mode, you simply unplug it from the dock. It's a very easy transition because you can continue to play your game without any issues. In my honest opinion, it's a very good idea. But there is one major flaw with the Nintendo Switch. You cannot copy your saved game data on the memory card or in other external device. The PS Vita, a console that came out in 2011, let you copy your game in external device for backup. Nintendo made one step forward, two step back. Even the game of Cliffhanger didn't fail to this degree. In the game of Gunvolt, we can change your language. This is a list of languages you can choose: Japanese, Spanish, Italian, Canadian French, French, American English, Canadian English, British English, German, Portuguese, Egyptian Arabic, Chinese, Mandarin, Cantonese, Creole, Lingala, Zarma, Bulu, Greek, Latin, Hebrew, Hausa, Hindu, Kikongo, Mozi, Romania, Irish, Antarctican, Java, C++, Ruby, HTML, Batch, PowerShell, Sign Language, and don't forget the language of Bigfoot where they speak like that. But if I mispronounce one of your language, I am sorry about that. Like explained last time, the complete title of this game is Azure Striker Gunvolt Double Pack. The package comes with Gunvolt 1 and Gunvolt 2. Like this game was made by developers who work on previous Mega Man games, the control is similar to Mega Man X series. You can shoot, jump, dash, and climb walls. Just like Mega Man games, you can select your level. The story of this game is a conflict between normal humans and humans with superpowers that call themselves adept. It reminds me of the scenario of the X-Men universe where it's a conflict between normal humans and mutants. The game uses HD Rumble function. Last year, when I saw the Nintendo Switch conference and they made a demonstration of the HD Rumble by showing a glass of water with ice cube inside, I didn't know what to think of it. I really didn't understood the point. But now that I experience HD Rumble in person, in flesh and bone and mustache, I understand what they were talking about. Compared to normal vibration, HD vibration is more precise. For example, when enemy attack you from the right, the Joy-Con controller will vibrate on the right side. When enemy attack you from below, it will vibrate from below. With HD Rumble, you can guess the location of your enemies. Now I understand the example of the glass of white water with ice cubes inside. With HD Rumble, you can guess the number of ice cubes inside the glass of water in a simulation where you hold a glass of water. Copen is one of the two controllable characters. Copen is a very agile character that can air dash in any direction, and he can glide. He attacks with a gun that shoots lasers, and those lasers are very, very fast. Just like the Mega Man series, he gets stronger as he defeats bosses, because he can copy the weapon of bosses. The strategy with Copen is to use the right weapon in each situation, and he can attack enemies by using their weakness. He can even attack bosses by using their weakness. If you choose Copen, the level design will adapt to his unique abilities. Copen doesn't have superpowers. He is a normal human who fights enemies with superpowers thanks to his battle armor. He is very courageous. He reminds me of Iron Man and War Machine. The other controllable character is Gunvolt. He is an adept. In other words, a human with superpowers. He has the power to control electricity. He is slower than Copen, but he can attack enemies with electricity. The name of his power is called Azure Striker. He can create an electric field that can amplify his electric attack, that can protect him from some projectiles and that can automatically attack marked enemies. His power is very shocking. He can activate machines with electricity, for example, switches, platforms, small vehicles, elevators, and so on. If you choose Gunvolt, the level design will adapt to his unique abilities, but he has elemental weaknesses, like objects that can resist electricity, like rubber. Unlike Copen, Gunvolt cannot copy weapons from defeated bosses. That means that you must use the same power during the entire game. That means that you cannot use the weakness of your enemy and you cannot use the weakness of bosses. But he has another way to get stronger, by leveling up and by obtaining items that can raise his defense, raise his attack, and change properties of and trajectories of his shots. This game is the reason I have the Nintendo Switch. Last year I was very skeptical about Nintendo Switch. But this year I have a better opinion about this console, but they still need to fix some major flaws. Flaws like plugging a phone on your console to speak with your friends and not being able to copy your saved games. The PS Vita that came out in 2011 have an integrated microphone to chat with everyone, and it can let you copy saved games. Nintendo did one step forward, two steps back. Bye everyone, I love you all because of my mustache. See you next time!